What we have tried to cover in our last session is Bootstrap. What is Bootstrap? So basically, it's a CSS framework or CSS library which is useful to build layout like UI. The advantages of Bootstrap is it is ready to use CSS. They have written around 10,000 plus lines of CSS, which makes it easy to use it. Now let us try it. What is the Bootstrap? Let us see. Bootstrap is a free and open source CSS framework or library, more or less. So it's free and open source CSS framework directed at responsive mobile first front end web development. Contains HTML, CSS, and JavaScript based design templates for typography, forms, buttons, navigation. That means what? They have created ready to use CSS, ready to use HTML, ready to use JavaScript also. All the three, if we use it, things can be much faster. And this is mainly people use CSS. Of course, we can use HTML, CSS also, but we're looking into that. Understand it? Now, it has multiple versions actually. Initial release was 19th August 2011 is the initial release. It's almost 11, 12 years, 12 years. Okay. Now let us go to their website. And here are able to see Bootstrap utilizes SAS for a modular and customizable architecture. What is SAS? SAS is improved version of CSS. Based on that, they have built this. What is the difference between normal internet connection and fiber internet connection? It means improvised. What is the difference between normal TV and HDTV? Clarity, the improvised version. Here also, SAS is actually improvised version. CSS means cascading style sheet. This is SAS. SAS means syntactically awesome style sheet. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Simply speaking, can we write if else in CSS? Can we create variables in CSS? Can we write loops in CSS? Functions? In SAS, we can do that. SAS, we can do that. So basically, SAS is nothing but CSS plus a bit of programming they have added. Yes, improvised. What they have improvised? They have improvised program. See, earlier, ice cream is different, chocolate is different. Yes or no? Now, chocolate ice cream. They have emerged both. Probably in your school days, I don't know about it, but in our case, the only option we have is vanilla ice cream. That's it. Ice cream means white color. That is the only thing we know. Now things has changed. Strawberry is separate thing. Ice cream is a separate thing. Strawberry ice cream. Exactly. Actually, CSS is separate thing. Programming languages are separate. They have mixed both, and they are calling it as SAS. Improvised. Got a point? But They have added chocolate into ice cream doesn't mean full of the chocolate is that ice cream is full of chocolate. They will add 5% of chocolate or 10% of chocolate. Still ice cream only, but the flavor of ice cream will be 5 to 10% or make it 20%. Exactly. The main purpose of SAS is for creating styles. They have touched a pinch of programming to it, like variables, control statements, functions with parameters, groups, all those things they have. It supports it, but we don't use that heavily. But I'm just giving a positive. And this Bootstrap is built using SAS. Bootstrap is built using SAS. But the problem is browser cannot understand SAS. Problem is browser cannot understand SAS. So even though you write it in SAS, that has to be converted into CSS and use. Because browser understands CSS only. Now we are writing JSXML. Browser understands JSXML. That's why we are converting that into HTML and using it. Here also the same. Even though you write SAS, that has to be converted into CSS. That's what we are going to do. Now we will see Bootstrap. Bootstrap is built using SAS, but they have given us CSS files only. But we'll be going in depth step by step. And now we'll go to this Bootstrap website. So powerful, extensible, and feature-packed front end toolkit. They have created so many things actually in this Bootstrap. Now let us try with the Bootstrap first. Now I'm coming to Bootstrap, and with HTML we are trying it. Bootstrap has multiple versions actually. Bootstrap we can use in HTML, we can use in JSX. Separate version of Bootstrap has been created for React. That also will be working. First we will use simple plain Bootstrap first. Now I have created this folder in our last session, Bootstrap folder. Then I have created with HTML. Then we'll create with React project. React project is JSX. So let me open this with HTML. I'm opening it in Visual Studio Code. So I'll say index dot HTML I have created and say HTML5. Duplicate all the basic stuff. Getting all the basic stuff. I'm saying I just create a simple HTML. This is a heading. I've created this normal thing. Now I will open it. This heading is this thing. It's normal. Now let me create one more. I am creating one more index.html and I'll just simply copy it and paste it. This is I'll open this. This is without Bootstrap. This is with Bootstrap. Are you able to see any difference? No, because both are just simple H1 only. Now I am going to use Bootstrap CSS. Now I'll go to Bootstrap. Now are able to see there is an option here include via CD. CD means content delivery network. Right? So now here if you see uh, they have created a online link of CSS file. Are you able to see? They have created a online link of CSS file. This CSS file bootstrap.min.css is available in their website actually, CDN website basically. Now I can use this, or if you go to docs, there also they can provide multiple places they have given it. I'm clicking on this download option. See here, this is the CSS link they have created. Now I'll just copy this CSS. Just to show you, I'm just pasting it in the browser. You will find that CSS file now. This is the CSS file which they have created. It's just a small CSS file or big CSS file? It's a very big CSS file. And what they have done, they wanted to reduce the size of the CSS file. So they have removed all the spaces. They have removed all the spaces. That's why you don't find any spaces here. Now, if you see the URL, it is bootstrap.min.css. Min means minified version. Minified means they have removed all the unwanted white spaces. If they remove unwanted white spaces, file size will be reduced. Then it loads much faster. Now, if I want, I can save this file also directly. You can understand it. I'll say save pages. I am saving that CSS file. I am saving it in desktop. I have saved the CSS file in the desktop. Are able to see this is our CSS file. What is the size of it? 221 KB. Now, what I will do here, I just remove this MIN dot. Now, this is CSS, Bootstrap CSS with spaces. Are able to see so much of white spaces are displayed. Now, this is a bit readable actually. Now, I will save this also. Save pages. Bootstrap. Save. I have saved this. So basically, I have same CSS. One is with spaces and one is without spaces. So now you see the difference. Now, what is the size of this? 267. Content is same just because they have removed spaces. They have reduced 46 KB. Reduced 46 KB. Now I can open these things in Visual Studio Code. I'll just say right click, open with Visual Studio Code. You can see it basically. See, this is a Bootstrap min CSS. How many lines are there? How many lines? 6 lines are there. Out of that 6 lines, 4 or 5 lines are these comments only. Comments totally, it's actually 6 lines only. Now, this is the after removing spaces. This is before removing spaces. Now, how many lines are there? 11,000 lines are there. This is with spaces. Understanding? So, what they have done? First, they have used SAS. They didn't use CSS directly. Bootstrap used SAS. From that SAS, they have generated the CSS. After generating, they have removed the white spaces and put it into internet that we can directly link it into website which we can use. Understanding now, we'll just link it. Now we'll go through their documentation. This is the CSS, the CDN links, content delivery network. Amazon Prime is also CDN only. That delivers content, which is movies. YouTube also CDN only. That delivers videos. Right? So now I am just copying this CSS, and we have with Bootstrap, right? I'll come here. Bootstrap. Bootstrap. I link that CSS. How to link? I'll say link CSS, and here that href I will give that CDN URL. Now see the difference. I'm just refreshing it. Observe the difference now. Refresh. Are able to see any difference? Font has changed. That means they have used the element selector for H1. Out of this 11,000 lines, they have used element selector for H1. So it is showing. Understanding? See, this is a without Bootstrap. This is with Bootstrap. Are able to see the difference? Here, margins are there. Fonts are different. Here, margins are less. Fonts are. They have actually created 11,000 lines of CSS. So many classes they have created. So many classes they have created. Just to show you an example. Now I wanted to get few buttons. Right. Now in index without CSS, I wanted to create buttons. Button and I'll just give some names to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 7, 8 buttons I have created. Now those 8 buttons I'll copy paste it in with Bootstrap also. Here I'm copy pasting. You should see some difference. Now I'm coming here. Here I'm just refreshing it. Those 8 buttons are showing like this. And here I'm refreshing it. Those 8 buttons are showing like this. Are able to see any difference between these two things? Yes. The font has changed. The shape also changed a bit. The borders has changed. Shadows are there. Only borders they have changed. So they have created element selectors. Almost for everything they have created elements. And they have created so many classes also. They have created so many classes also, just to show you an example. Now this is with Bootstrap, right? I'll just say as button, because I have worked on CSS before, I know few of the class names. Because you haven't worked on Bootstrap before, you may not. You have to go through the documentation. Now there is a class called the button. There is a class called button hyphen 5. Now you see the difference here. I'll just refresh. Are able to see the difference? Ready to use CSS. First we have checked ready. element selectors. They have created element selectors for almost all. Now we are using classes. Now, isn't it looking good? Yes or no? That shape, that hover, that text color. Now, I'll simply say shadow. Now I'll come here, I'll say refresh. Are you able to see? The shadow is showing. But it's very light shadow there. How do I know there is a shadow class? Because I have worked on it. I have gone through their documentation. How will you know? You have to go through their documentation. What are the classes are there? But it's not like you have to go through each and every line. Remember all this. The basics. Now let me create one. Let me use one more. I'll say class button. Then button icon. Now let me create one more class button. They have used different colors. Then see, for these things they have used white color text. For these things they have used black color text. They know which color looks better. Now, which is looking good? This is looking good or this is looking good? With Bootstrap. So the advantage of this Bootstrap is with less efforts, we can achieve more quality UI. But we have to go through what are the classes are there and all those things. It's not like just like. Now I'm creating class button. I'm able to write it because I know these are the classes available in Bootstrap. I have updated multiple times. That's right. But you have to know, you have to work on it, what are the classes are there. You want red color? You just give danger to that, that's it. You just apply that CSS. The primary is to danger. Danger means you get red color. Got a point. Primary, secondary, success, warning, danger, class, button. Understanding? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 classes I am able to remember it. But beyond that, even if I want, I have to go to the documentation. I have to use. Understanding? This is without Bootstrap. This is with Bootstrap. To get this quality, I have to spend minimum 2-3 hours because here the main point is the color combinations, fonts, shape, and all those things. They are doing it very easily. Isn't it looking colorful and attractive? This is like black and white TV. This is like color. Yes or no? Understood? And Bootstrap, they have created ready-to-use CSS. Not only CSS, they have created a ready-to-use HTML also. Created ready-to-use HTML also. You have to go through their documentation. Now, I am just going through. Are you able to see components? Components are ready to use HTML. You can take it and customize it according to your. Now, for example, I'm clicking on accordion. Accordion. Are you able to see it? If you wanted to create something like this, minimum 1 day work after doing so much of research. Now, we have an option here, copy. Then we'll come here. Paste. Will it work or it won't work? Let us see. Now, I'm just refreshing it. Working or not working? Are you sure? Why it is not working? See, if I click on this, it should open. That means we have to write some code on click. We have to write some code on click means that is CSS or HTML. I wanted to write some code on click. That means which language I have to use? JavaScript I have to use. Have I copied that JavaScript CDN link? That's right. We have copied the HTML. Perfect. We have copied the CSS, the link. JavaScript we haven't given. That's why on click it is unable to detect it. Now, if you go through their documentation, they have given CSS which we have used. JavaScript have we used this? No, we haven't used this. So now I just copy this JavaScript. Again, if you see, it is min. Min means minified version. Minified version means without spaces. So I'm copying it. For CSS, we have to use link tag. For JavaScript, we have to use script tag. That too, just before ending of the body. I'll say script tag. SRC, I'm giving that. Now HTML we have copy pasted. CSS link we have given. JavaScript link we have given. Now it should work. It is not working right now. Now I'll just refresh it. Now if I resize the window, alright, responsive. Yes or no? Isn't it good? Ready to use. So if you use this Bootstrap, the quality of your work will be increased. The look and feel of your work will be increased. Now here it is showing accordion item 1, accordion item 2, accordion item 3. Now what I will do, I will change it according to the requirements. Accordion item 1, I'll say Veera Simha Reddy story. Now it will show accordingly. Just give me some. And this is the text which you wanted to display, whatever you want. What is the story? Till and dialogues and song again. Kill dialogues. I've seen. I've seen the movie. And song, it's the same thing. Because Balakrishna has to kill anyone. Only Balakrishna has to do. Still, so many collections, right? If other actor like Nani or Shalvanand does that, no one watches it. Anyway, I'm just showing like this. Like again, Chiranjeevi movie is there. Valpair Girega story. I haven't seen that. And Varasudu Sankranti movies. Yeah. Understanding? And just undo it so we can see what. You can see what. Understanding now, this is actually accordion, which I am showing it. There are so many out there. Let's we can display alerts like this. You can display alerts like this. Have you seen this kind of alerts anywhere? We have used it in Pulse. Whenever you create the task, it will show at the top green color it shows. Understanding? Alerts. Now copy this and paste it here. So basically, they have created ready to use CSS, ready to use JavaScript, ready to use HTML. Now we can use those things to simplify our work. I'll come here. Now I don't need this basically. This, understanding what I'm saying? These are alerts. Then so alerts we have tried. Buttons also we have tried actually. These are the buttons I have tried. See. Button primary, secondary, success, danger, warning, info, light, card. This is also looking good actually. Card C. This is ready to use. Now I'll copy this and I will paste it. Okay. Of course, we'll be getting some dummy content only. Here image is not showing. Now let us try to add some image. Say image src. I'm giving that image. Now I should see. Now, isn't it looking good? If you want 5, you just create 5. If you want shadows or something, you just use those classes. Now you want shadow for these things, shadow classes, just use shadow class. Something like that. You can use. You just change content according to your purpose. Ready to use. Then carousel. This is carousel. Ready to use. If someone tells you to create like this, you have to scratch your head. What CSS have to write? What I have to write all this. What is the simplest way? Come to Bootstrap. Use it. I'm just showing you Bootstrap, but we don't use Bootstrap. We use React Bootstrap actually. So if you learn this, that is easier. Now again, this carousel, they have different flavors also. See here, without that bar here, bars are able to see it. And with some text, and automatic is also there. It should move automatically. Crossfade again. Auto playing now. This is automatic. It will automatically move. So now I just copy this. I'll come here. Let me add it the starting. Let me add it starting. And create inside this right keyboard. Carousel I have to. Now if I come here and see, here it is coming, but no images are there. We have to give images. Now we have to go through the images and we have to give it. See images, some empty images are there. So we have to give some nice images. So now I will simply say movie posters. Movie posters are using it. Now I just try RRR movie poster. Now I will try this. Some content I am adding it. Okay. So copy image address, and I'll come here and paste this. First image I have replaced, then second image. Then I'll say RCKR poster. I will take okay. Then they have given 3 images. If you want 30 also you can give copy paste and change it according to then I'll say KGF poster. I will just use image. Understanding what I'm doing? So ready to use components are like HTML is there. We have already linked CSS. We have linked to the JavaScript. Now the HTML, I am just changing it according to the community here and if I refresh it, it should change automatically. Understanding what I'm doing? Quality is not improved. It should change automatically. Probably I think I have copied automatic. Anything can be done. Customizable, fully customizable. We are changing the content. You can change anything. Understand it? Now this is carousel. You just go through about so many things are there. You just go through about it. You'll be understanding now. We'll just go through it briefly. So accordions we have seen. Accordions we have seen. Alerts also we have seen. Uh, I'll just go with badges, breadcrumb, buttons, button group, card, carousel, close button, collapse, ABC. This is badges. Now, these are like badges. Are you able to see new is coming? These are like badges. If you want something like that, you can use it. So the class name is badge space badge. See, now you have to understand one important thing here. Bootstrap has around 7 to 8 colors. 7 to 8 colors. Primary color, secondary color, danger color, warning color, success color, info color, light color, dark color, link color. 9 colors are there. The same 9 colors they will use everywhere. Same 9 colors they will use everywhere. Danger color means red color. So now here BG secondary is secondary means it shows in gray color. If you say BG hyphen danger, it shows red color. BG hyphen warning, it shows orange color. BG hyphen success, it shows green color. Like everywhere it is those 9 colors combinations. Got my point? Now here secondary is that's why it is showing gray color. If I change it to, I don't know whether it is possible to change it here or not. Okay, let me copy this. Copy this. And let me add it here. Now I have copied it and pasted it here because everything is secondary. It shows that colors only. It shows those colors only. And here they are showing different sizes actually. You see here H2, H3, H4, H5, H6, different sizes. Now instead of secondary, I'll give primary. It shows blue color. If I give warning, orange color, danger, red color, info, blue color, light, light color, dark, dark color. Light color, that's it is unable to show that. Still it's there. Understanding? They will maintain around 8 to 9 colors. For those 9 colors, they have given the names primary, secondary, warning, success, danger, info, light, dark, link like that they have given it. use the same thing. Any component, use those names, the colors will be. Okay. So alert we have tried. Badges, we have just have a look into that. Then breadcrumbs. Now see, breadcrumbs looks like. You wanted to create something like this, yes, you can do that. You just go through the class names and the HTML. Then buttons also we have tried it. All this. See here also they have given primary blue, secondary gray, success white, danger red, warning orange, info light blue, light color, dark, and 33639 basically. Yes. You give your own color. CSS you can give now. You can replace the values. Hmm. You can use now like what you want. You want it now. Primary is blue color. If you give primary, blue color will come. You want primary as a separate color, different color. Is that your question? Already there are 9 different colors provided by Bootstrap. Perfect. In future, if you want to beyond these colors, you create your own class, apply that here. Whichever is given at the last, that will be taken. We have discussed. Whichever is last given, that will be taken as a prayer. Now you want, anything. Is there any rule that you have to use 9 colors? It is recommended to work on limited colors. So normally what people do, these are 9 colors. According to their requirement, they will choose those 9 colors and I will assign them. Primary means orange, secondary means purple. Like that, they will change it according to their colors, and they will use those 9 colors everywhere. That is the standard. But you don't want 9 colors throughout your website. You want 900 colors. Yes, you can use it. You can create your own CSS, apply it. Got it? Any website you see, they don't use so many colors. Google is an exception. Google is an exception. Any website you see, for example, Facebook you see, they'll hardly use 3-4 colors. Blue color heading, light color background. Some 4-5 colors only they use, not more than that. Got it? Google is an exception. Somehow, some unprofessional has created Google logo. That's why they have used so many colors. Luckily, everyone accepted them. That's why they don't want it to change so many colors. That's why those colors they are using everywhere, whatever the colors. No company changes their logos except Google. Have you seen Google Doodle? Why? Because they know, if they see so many times, people get bored. That's why they will show different flavors of different strategy. Got it? Anything you create, you should not use so many colors. Few colors you have to decide and use it. For example, if you are using ICICI has certain colors. You have to use those colors. If you are using IBM has certain colors. You have to use those colors. IRCTC certain colors, those colors. Here also those colors you have to configure it. That we will be discussing at later. Okay. But if you really want your own, after this you just create your own CSS and apply. You can get multiple CSS files, link that to your own custom CSS file, then give that style here. That will be added. Okay. Buttons, we have seen button groups. These like button groups combinations. Then cards we have seen. These are like cards. Then carousel also we have seen. Close button. This is like close button. Collapse. Like this. Have you ever seen this anywhere? Where? Hmm. In Pulse is built using Bootstrap. We have used this so many places. Then uh, we have seen button groups, card, carousel, close, collapse. Then drop downs, list groups, model, navbar, nav tabs, of canvas, pagination, placeholders, popovers, progress, scroll spy, spinners, posts, full tips. Let us just get the awareness of what are those components. Now these are drop down. A bit colorful. Drop down means normal select option we use. They have used see here button and an ordered list. And they have applied some CSS. Looks like this. And I am just showing the starting only. Different flavors are also there. For everything, different flavors are also there. This is drop downs. Then list groups. This itself is a list group. Okay. Like this. Like this. If you want, we can use it. Are able to see rollover list groups. Then models. Model will display like this. So I'm taking a launch demo model. Are able to see. We have used it in Pulse for invalid username or invalid password. Same thing, not even a different. If you go to Pulse, right click, you go to view source, you will see these things. Got it? Close button. This we have used for your task. Whenever you click on submit the task, it will show something like this. Models, navbar, search button. That is dummy search button. Search won't work really. Then navs and tabs shows like this. Vertical also it can be shown. Have you seen something like this before? Where? In Pulse we are using that term. I'm coming to Pulse. Now I'm just giving wrong username. Model. Bootstrap model only. So I'm just login. Are able to see these tabs? It is like this only. This now, if normally we do manage tasks, now presentation task, review, create task, class activity. It is the same thing. Understanding? I'm sharing my secrets, sir. Huh? Open secret. Yes. Now this is something called off canvas. If we wanted to create these things, yes, we can do it, but we have to work a lot. Now it is very easy. Yes or no? Now pagination. Like placeholders. Are you able to see? Till it is loading, it will show something like you can find it in Facebook or something. Just go through the document, their HTML will understand. What is this? Popovers. Are you able to see it? Small popovers. That's right. Isn't it effective? Popovers, then progress. Like till something is loading, you can show something like progress bars. Like this, you can use multicolors also. You can scroll spray means according to now here see according to your scroll the contents that is changing. Then spinners. You'll find these things in Android phones particularly. If something is good. Use this. Everything is there. Already CSS and JavaScript we have linked it. This HTML we take it and posts displays post like this. Like you know, see, clicking on it. Are able to see here it is showing. Like email is coming or something is coming like that. You want post with the custom size, custom colors, anything. You can use it. Position. Now see top left here it is showing or bottom right. So here it is showing. Likewise, either left side or right side, top or bottom center, anyone can show posts. Tooltips. I will see. You can change the direction top or right or bottom or left. Understanding the possibilities of Bootstrap. Now you know how to create a login screen. You know how to enter username, how to enter password. If you click on submit button, you want it to show alert saying invalid username or password for example. Or on click of the submit button, you want it to say student is passed or failed for example. Normally we write alert. Alert is not customizable much. You can use model here. Use Bootstrap, you can use model. It's coming from bottom to top or left to right and display something. Understanding how to use Bootstrap in HTML. Now we have to work on HTML or we have to work on JSXML. JSXML we have to work on. So we have to use JSXML for our React projects. If you want to use Bootstrap for React, there is a separate version is there called React Bootstrap. Right now we are saying Bootstrap, but we have a separate thing called React Bootstrap. Now I just go here and say search for React Bootstrap. It is the same thing. They have mentioned it in components. That's it. React Bootstrap. I am going. The most popular front-end framework rebuilt for React. They have created it for React. Now here they have created something called components. Now I am clicking on components. Now see here. Now alert components. Alerts are there. Accordions are there. Just everything. The same components are there here also. Now you see the code. Here, what we have to do? We have to import the component, then we can use it. This is, they have created a loop actually, but we can create it accordingly. You have to import the component. You have to import the component. To import the component, you have to install the component. You have to install Bootstrap. Bootstrap won't come directly. You have to install the Bootstrap, then import the component and use it. If I wanted to use React Router DOM, first we have installed React Router. Then we have imported a browser router, routes, link. Then we have used exactly the same. You have to install Bootstrap, then import Bootstrap component. Here, what you see is actually JSXML. This is not HTML. This is JSXML, which they have. Now badges. I'll be showing this in detail next session, but I'm just showing you briefly. Today we have covered Bootstrap. Tomorrow we'll cover React Bootstrap. We create the normal React project, then we'll be installing the Bootstrap, then we import it. Here also the same thing. You copy their code, paste it, and change it according to your requirements. They have created ready to use Bootstrap components, which you can use it, you can customize it as per your point. But you have to understand one important thing. If you wanted to use React Bootstrap, now you just go with getting started. See, npm install React Bootstrap. Why this Bootstrap? See, if I say install React Bootstrap, we'll be getting JSXML Bootstrap components. If I install this Bootstrap, we'll be getting the CSS. Now these components internally use a CSS, right? That CSS will be getting. Which is important? CSS is important, or HTML is important, or JavaScript is important? All are important. So here, what they have done, React component is nothing but JSXML and JavaScript. So here you will be getting the JavaScript and JSXML both combination into React Bootstrap. Here you will be getting the CSS. So these components uses this CSS. That's a meaning code. Understanding? You wanted to watch what do you say? You wanted to watch a movie in Amazon Prime in your TV. Which is important? Power is important or internet is important? Both. Both are important. Then only you can see it. If you have power, you can see the TV, but not movie, because that is internet. It has to be done. They are also the same. Here we are getting the components. That component has JSXML and JavaScript inbuilt within that. And here we are getting the CSS. Got your point? Then whether it is component or whether it is CSS, import it and use it. CSS also we have to import it. If you see in our app.js file, you will find import statement app.css will be imported. CSS also we have to import it and use it. Exactly the same components are there here also. Now, if I click on components, what are the components we have seen? It's the same thing. If I click on buttons, see, same thing. But this is React JSXML. But we have to give differently. JSXML is we have to give props. So variant primary. That is a prop. There we have used the class. Here we are using props. Component, right? We are using props. Now if you want to use cards, yes, it's the same thing. is the code one. Copy paste it and use it. Card is a component from Bootstrap, React Bootstrap. Button is a component from React Bootstrap. Now this uses both button and the card. Now let us try drop downs. Same thing. They have created a drop down component. We have to import it in. Here we don't need to import the JavaScript file. Why? Component itself is a JavaScript file in React. They have written there itself. Got the point. So with HTML, CSS file is different, JavaScript file is different, and HTML is different. These two we are linking through link. HTML we are using it, but internally using these two things. But when it comes to React, JavaScript and JSXML is one part. CSS because here we are right. JSXML also in JavaScript file. Both belongs to the same. So we have to install React Bootstrap for components. We have to install Bootstrap for CSS. Then import it and use it. That we have to. After we finish this Bootstrap, I want you to use Bootstrap for each and every task. So what happens? You get comfortable. This is the topic I can cover at the end also. Right? So I want you to use it. From now onwards, the quality of your work will be the color combinations, the responsive, the quality will be increased. At the time of interviews, that will be helpful. Got the point? Understood? So in our next session, we will be looking into these things like carousel. Here also carousel is the same thing, but this is built using React. Now here we have nav bars. Tabs. Tabs. Understand? Frankly speaking, you can create pulse using Bootstrap in React. Yes or no? But you should have lots of patience for that. Yes or no? Pulse is not a very small thing. So many things are there actually. You need patience. But you can create better than pulse by. I have created this pulse almost not 10, it's not that old. 2016 I have started it, almost 6-7 years back. And you know how much time it took? 5 years. Why 5 years? First of all, we don't know what we want. Why I have created Pulse? I was so busy in this training. Even though I am teaching, I am a core programmer. Programming gives me lots of satisfaction. So I am not happy because I am not coding. So I wanted to do some coding. So then I thought, okay, why shouldn't I create an application for VR itself? Then I have started it. Then initially we thought to display only biometric details. Earlier we have something called biometric check-in, check-out and all those things. So I wanted to create one simple HTML page biometric attendance. Everyone can see, but everyone can see everyone's check-in check-out times. Why should everyone see everyone's check-in check-out? Got a point? Then we thought, okay, some privacy should be there. A person can see only his check-in check-out, not others. Then in that case, we need a login. The system has to identify who is the person who is seeing it. We need a login. So instead of one page, it became 2 pages. Naturally, login means logout. It became 3. Then we thought, okay, anyway, it is showing everything. We should be wanted to show a dashboard screen with their picture, their name, and they should be able to apply leaves. So we have created a leave screen. Then we wanted to check their status updates. Every day we have student has to update. So we have status updates. Then some issue in the office, request screen. People has to submit the tasks. Right? Likewise, we have created so many things. This is user. Again, admin role is there. User has to create whenever the task screen, every student, it is mandated to create because tasks, everyone has to submit it. Right? So sign up screen. So many things it created like that, it became heavy. It is like our budget is 100 rupees. It costed around 1 lakh rupees. It became like that. Whenever we face some challenge, okay, this problem can be solved through Pulse. So we have created Pulse. If I wanted to create Pulse, you don't need 5 years. Hardly 1 month is sufficient. But then according to the requirements, okay, now leave screen is required. We have created leave screen. Then after a few days, we need task screens are required. We have got a task. Like that. Got a point. But now we have Pulse application. You can see that Pulse application. All the requirements are clear. You can create it. We have created a dummy Pulse also. You just type dev dot. Now it's like this. Pulse.bnproject.com is what we regularly use. But before this Pulse, you just type dev dot. This is also a Pulse. This is for students. Now I'll give Pulse student. Forget the address at gmail.com. The Pulse student. Pulse student at gmail.com is the username. Pulse student is the password. Got my point? So you can see daily status update screen, you can see task screen, messages screen. Anything. Messages works like an email. Messages works like an email. I can send a message to you, you can send a message to me. We have created an inbuilt email functionality. Now if you wanted to log in as an admin, log out say else admin gmail.com else admin is the password. You can see all the now admin is only accessible to me normally. In this, even you can access it. What are the links are there? What are the options are there? Everything you can see. Now I'm selecting some batch. I'm looking on get report. Getting the report. Get it actually. On click of it, you go to other screen. Now we click on manage tasks like the way normally I do. This we have used that one. Now I'm clicking on this. And select the batch, whatever the batch you want. You need to click on see. This is also Bootstrap only. Now if I click on task review, you can see the task submissions. This is for to get the idea of what pulse is. Requirement gathering basically. By seeing the application, then you can build your own. If I click on now, if I click on here, now see all are. If I click on create task, can create the task. If you wanted to work on this functionality, you come to this, you just go through this and build. If I click on class attendance, it will show class attendance. Of course, everything is committed. You try this, you just log in into this dev.pulse. You go through the admin module. Login student module you can see in your pulse also. Admin module you can see it. If you want, you can go through both also. You just see the functionalities. You start working on it. You can really learn a lot. This is the project I am going to give. Just briefly, I am giving it. I am telling it. Or later at point of time, I tell you. I will give it to you as a project. Got my point? To work on this, you should work on database side. You should work on middleware. You should work on client. Right now, you are working on client only. Database middleware will be working. Time has come. The next session will be working after Bootstrap. Okay. Understood Bootstrap. In our next session, we'll be working on React Bootstrap and customizing also will be working. We have to work on SaaS to customize it. See, if you take this as your first project, in your first project, you are going to face so many challenges. All those challenges you will face it here. Once you join in the company, that will be your second project. You have already faced those challenges, so it will be easy there. If you don't do it, there you are facing for the first time, more pressure it will be. But anyway, let me take that.